You know, I feel sorry for these people and what they're doing. What they're trying to do is sustain themselves without God. Europe kicked God out. They used to believe. I mean, Paul preached throughout Europe. They got the message. They became the custodians of the message of Christ. And they sent the message to the rest of the world. In the process of time, they turned against the gospel. And they say to themselves, we have always been masters of the world, and we must continue to be masters. Well, the game is over for the time being. Our job is to issue an injunction restraining them from carrying these activities out until we are done. They can do it when we get out of here. In this whole wide world, those of us Christians who are born again, filled with the Holy Ghost, we are the only ones that can stop them. According to the Bible, we're the only ones, and we better do it. Otherwise, they're going to have a phase 1 and a phase 2. That means they'll do a phase 1 on the whole world. If we don't do something about it, they'll do a phase 1 on us. And we better not let it. Europe has no natural resources. Where do they get the money from, which they are loaning to everybody? From Africa. Through colonizations. Now, because they are broke, they are panicking and trying to recolonize the world in several different ways. And that's why they're desperate. They're so desperate. They're desperate, and they're fighting from every angle. And they're calling on the children of Europe, not just, when I say the children of Europe, I'm dealing with nations now, okay? So I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about nations like Australia, Canada, the United States. These are children of Europe. So they're calling them to help. So they're speaking the same voice. Speaking the same voice. And the plan is, we've got to seize the world. Globalization for the globalists of the world is a euphemism for colonization. You better understand it. You see, colonization became a bad name. Okay? Became a bad name. All the colonies wanted to be free. And they connected colonization with slavery. It had a dark past. Nobody likes it. But the same groups that were responsible for forever colonization came up with a new name. It's called globalization. The unrepentant perpetrators want us to believe they're trying to save the planet. But they're not trying to save anything. They're not trying to save anything. It's the plan for the recolonization of the world, which they've always had. And they're looking for several ways to come back. Several ways. They're trying through the World Health Organization, the WHO, and then, of course, they try to capture the United Nations and use it for these atrocious activities. They call it globalization, but I've told you, it's just a euphemism for colonization. And this time is not colonization by some country. like it was with Great Britain many years ago. It is a different kind of colonization. It is a colonization by cults, definite satanic cults with their satanic agenda. So we must also resist the World Economic Forum's doctrine of elitism and hedonistic transhumanism. We must. We must. Because the idea that the world should be governed by technocrats is an elitist idea. And we know what they've done to the world. And that's why I told you that the so-called globalization doctrine is actually colonization. Beside my own research, let me pick on a very interesting write-up by Paul Anthony Taylor. He says, apparently, the pandemic conveniently provided European politicians with the excuse they needed to introduce the idea. It's all about eugenics. Don't deceive yourself. It's all about the reduction of population around the world. Why? It's simple. Europe is broke. Europe is broke. That's the reason. But this time, they made up their mind. The population is too large. They got to cut it down. It's too big to be controlled.